If you feel tired throughout the entire day, there's a good chance that coffee has become part of your daily routine. For many people, the day doesn't truly begin until the first cup of coffee. The familiar smell, the warmth of the mug, and that gradual feeling of waking up. It all creates the impression that coffee is giving your body energy. And for a short while, it seems to work. You may notice this very clearly in the morning. When you first wake up, your body still feels heavy. Your mind feels a little slow, not fully alert yet. But after a few sips of coffee, something changes. About 20 or 30 minutes later, your thoughts feel clearer. Your eyes feel more open. Your ability to focus improves. And starting the day suddenly feels easier. Because of this experience, many people naturally believe that coffee is creating energy inside the body. But biologically, something slightly different is happening. Coffee doesn't actually create new energy for your body. Instead, it temporarily blocks the feeling of fatigue. To understand why, we need to talk about a very important chemical inside the brain called adenosine. Throughout the day, as your body uses energy to think, move, work, and process information, adenosine gradually builds up inside the brain. You can think of adenosine as the body's natural fatigue signal. The longer you stay awake and active, the more adenosine accumulates. And as its level increases, your brain slowly begins sending signals that it's time to slow down. Your focus begins to drop. Your eyelids feel heavier. Your body naturally starts preparing for rest. This is actually a very intelligent system. It protects your body from pushing too far without recovery. When you drink coffee, caffeine enters the brain and blocks the receptors that normally detect adenosine. In other words, the adenosine is still there, but your brain temporarily stops noticing the fatigue signal. As a result, you feel more alert. But here's the important point. Caffeine doesn't remove adenosine from your brain. It simply masks its signal for a while. You can think of it like covering the fuel warning light in a car. The light disappears, but the fuel tank hasn't actually been refilled. This is why, when the effect of caffeine begins to fade, many people suddenly feel tired again, sometimes even more tired than before. This phenomenon is often called an energy crash. You may have experienced this in the afternoon. In the morning, coffee helps you feel focused and productive. Your work flows smoothly, and your mind feels sharp. But around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, your energy suddenly drops. Your thinking slows down. Your concentration fades. Even simple tasks begin to feel harder. And at that moment, the thought appears. Maybe another cup of coffee will help. This is how many people slowly enter a cycle. The more tired they feel, the more coffee they drink. But coffee isn't actually solving the underlying cause of fatigue. Over time, the body can also adapt to caffeine. When caffeine is consumed regularly, the brain may begin producing more adenosine receptors. As a result, caffeine gradually becomes less effective. This means you may need more coffee to feel the same level of alertness you once experienced with just 1 cup. This is why many people start with a single cup of coffee in the morning, but years later, they may drink 3 or 4 cups a day and still feel tired. Another common sign is needing coffee immediately after waking up. Without it, the mind feels foggy, motivation is low, and the day feels difficult to begin. For some people, coffee also becomes a solution for the afternoon slump. When energy drops, another cup seems like the easiest way to keep going. But this can sometimes affect sleep later that night. Caffeine can remain active in the body for many hours. For some people, its effects can last 6 to 8 hours. That means an afternoon cup of coffee may still be influencing your nervous system when you're trying to fall asleep. And if sleep becomes slightly lighter or more fragmented, the body may not recover as deeply. The next morning, you wake up feeling tired again, and the coffee cycle continues. Of course, this doesn't mean coffee is inherently bad. In moderate amounts, caffeine can increase alertness, improve focus, and even offer certain health benefits. But coffee is not a long-term solution for persistent fatigue. If you frequently feel low on energy, the underlying cause may lie deeper. It may involve the quality of your sleep, your circadian rhythm, the level of stress in your nervous system, or the way your body regulates energy throughout the day. Coffee can hide the signal of fatigue, but it doesn't resolve the root cause. One of the goals of Body Signals Lab is to help us learn how to listen more carefully to the subtle signals our body sends. Fatigue isn't always something that needs to be immediately overridden with caffeine. Sometimes, it's simply a message that the body needs better recovery, better sleep, a more stable daily rhythm, or less long-term pressure on the nervous system. When we begin to understand how the body manages energy, we can make healthier choices instead of simply pushing through fatigue with temporary solutions. In the next video, we'll explore 5 often overlooked reasons why many people feel drained throughout the entire day, even when their medical tests appear completely normal. And if you'd like to better understand the signals your body may be sending you every day, consider subscribing to Body Signals Lab, where each video explores a different aspect of how the human body truly works, so you can learn how to take care of your health in a more informed and proactive way.